no one wants to be told about more tests and exams that they have to do. So it becomes a win-win situation for your exam preparations. The National Benchmark Test project is a national initiative run by University South Africa and was initiated in 2008. Some universities use it in addition to a national senior certificate for you to access higher education, whereas other universities use it to determine the type of learning support that you require when you enter universities. In a nutshell, the NBTs are used to assess your knowledge and skill in an attempt to measure the academic readiness for higher education. The NBTs comprise of 3 multiple choice tests. You've got your academic literacy and your qualitative literacy test, and then you have a separate mathematics test. The AQL test is made up of 25-minute sections, whereas the MAT is not, and they're both 3 hours long. And these answers will be written in a bubble sheet, what is known as an MCQ questionnaire or your multiple choice questionnaire test paper. So it's this red paper with little red dots where you have question 1 to I think 100, and then you've got A, B, C, D, and E, and F. So you'll be given a spare piece of paper to do while you're working out, and on the bubble sheet you just select the answer that you have chosen. So how do you register for the NBT test? So before you can even register for your NBT test, there's a few things that you need to look at. First, you need to look at your academic and social calendar to make sure that the NBT test does not clash with your academics. It does not clash with any tests, with any school projects, school events, and that sort of thing. The NBTs are mostly written on a Saturday or Sunday. In addition to that, you need to look at the prospective university closing dates and deadlines, because certain universities and some specific faculties require you to have written your NBTs by a specific period of time. The NBTs can be written in either in English or in Afrikaans. If one test is written in Afrikaans, the other test automatically be written in Afrikaans, and vice versa. And the last thing you need to check is the city and site where you're going to be writing. When you do your application, it will give you options, but if you're in the Western Cape, most of them are written at the UCT upper campus. The NBT registration takes about 5 minutes and you can do it online. The registration open on the 1st of April and you can go on the website and register. So the first column, it says NBT test dates. That's the specific day that you're going to be writing the test. Then the second column says the last day for you to register online, which takes 5 minutes. So if you want to write on the 14th of May, you need to have registered by the 24th of April. Then the next date is you need to have paid the application fee by the 2nd of May, and your results will become available on the 6th of June to the institution, and then they'll only become available to you on the 13th of June. So please make sure that you're looking at those dates correctly. So once you're ready to register, you're going to require your identity document or your passport. You're going to require a unique email address. I would highly suggest that you use the same email address that you're going to be using for all your university applications, so that everything is coming to one email. And the NBT requirements for your specific course or the university, because some courses might require you to only write your AQL test, while others require you to have both your AQL and MAT. The cost for the test, the AQL test is 130. For you to do both your MAT test and your AQL test, it's 260, and for you to have a remark, it's 250 rands. So what is the best time for you to write the NBT test? Like I mentioned in the beginning, each university will have a deadline by when you should have done your NBT test. But if your university is not specific or the deadline is at the end of the year, the top advice that I can give you is to write it in the beginning of the year. And the reason for this is, as the months go by during the course of the year, the test is constantly going to be changed to maintain its validity. As a result, the earlier you do it in the year, majority of the stuff that you're going to be writing is going to be a grade 11 stuff and your term 1 grade 12 stuff, which is mostly your trigonometry. As a result, it's not a lot of content that you'll be covering. And if you do it early in the year, you can use your March test results and your March preparation for you to be able to prepare for the NBT test, and you can also use your preparation for the NBT test in preparation for your June exams, so it becomes a win-win situation for your exam preparations. Also note that your NBTs are valid for 3 intake years. As a result, if you're going to be planning to take a gap year, I would suggest that you do your NBTs this year, because the information is still fresh in your mind, and as a result, even if you come back to study after 2 years, your NBTs will still be valid and you do not have to redo it. And if you are post-matric and you did your NBTs in the past 3 years, then you don't have to redo them, and you just need to provide the university with your NBT registration number. You can also go on the NBT website if you've forgotten it, and they can help you to try to regain your NBT number. The common question is, do you have to give the institutions your NBT results? No, the NBT team gives access to the different institutions, and they have access to your results a week earlier than you. And obviously this is a safety issue, because if you are to get your results and then send them to the university, there's a lot of forgery that can happen with that. As a result, the universities get them straight from the NBT team. Can you write the NBTs more than once? This is dependent on the institution and faculty, so I would highly suggest that you call the university and inquire, because some might allow you in an attempt to get better results in the second trial. But please note that if you do the MAT again a second time, then you automatically have to do the AQL test again. But if you only do the AQL test, then you don't have to do the MAT test. How do you prepare for the NBT test? It's difficult to say, since there are no past papers of the NBTs because of the whole secrecy that comes with the NBTs. As a result, the only advice that I can give is you need to train your mind to be in a problem-solving mindset, because as I mentioned, you're going to be doing the workouts on the side, and then you're only going to be choosing A, B, C, D, or E on the questionnaire, and you're not going to be able to prove your working out. They're not going to be marking your working out or your method. As a result, you need to be able to get to the answer very quickly and accurately. However, I can advise you to get the answer series NBT preparation booklet. You can get it at P&A or Exclusive Books. It does provide you with some sample test questions that you might get in the NBTs, because practice makes perfect. So the more past papers that you do, the better it will be for you. I'll also suggest that you create study groups. You can even include your maths teacher in this, so that he or she can help you with preparation. When I was in matric, our maths teacher really did a lot to help us with the NBT test. Like, there were people that would do their test earlier, then we'd come and discuss the questions in class, and those that are going later on, they'll have some form of preparation. But he really dedicated a few of our maths classes for that preparation. So if you have a really nice maths teacher, then definitely approach them. They can help you out. I've also linked down in the description box the scope of the NBT test. I know students love having scopes for the exams that they're going to write, so that would be a useful tool for you, so that you know the type of questions that you're going to be asked. I know this is a stressful topic to try to bring to you, because no one wants to be told about more tests and exams that they have to do. But unfortunately, this is part of the application process, and it's just one of these things that you just have to get through. And I'm here to make you aware of it, so that you apply early on time, and also you make sure that you are preparing for it, because honestly, the test is hard. It was the worst test that I've ever written, and my matric exam papers were much better than your NBT test. So it's very important that you're doing your best to prepare for them. So if you have any more questions, you can definitely comment down below and let me know. But good luck to those that are going to be writing soon. Until next week, Friday, 12 p.m. South African time. Have an awesome one. Bye guys.